While inspecting a metal factory in Ja-Ela, 2 employees of the factory were arrested in connection with the discovery of ammunition.
While inspecting the private factory that manufactures metal wires, 409 artillery shells and 584 empty gun shells were discovered. Following the discovery of the stock of ammunition, the general manager of the factory had this to say.
Following the conclusion of the war, we received a stock of old metal cleared by security forces in Jaffna. The stock of metal included bullet casings, similar to what was discovered today. We even received containers filled with bullet shells. All containers we received included the seal of the Defense Ministry. Those suppliers brought them to us. So we melted the bullet casings that came inside the containers. There was a minor explosion once, however, no one sustained injuries. Following this incident, they all refrained from melting bullet casings thereafter. Subsequently, I ordered the workers to remove all shells. The bullet shells discovered were locked inside a storeroom, and it has been so for the past years. We did not proceed with this matter, as there was a Presidential Commission of Inquiry somewhere around 2014 or 2015 in this regard. I even recorded a statement as to how we received these items. I believe this statement is in their possession. I locked these items for so long to ensure that no one will be harmed. You can even see how much of dust has gathered on these items.
ඉතින් මෙච්චර කාලයක් ඕකෙන් මොකද කාටවත් හානියක් වෙන්නේ නැති වෙන්න මම ලොක් කරලා ඒක තිබ්බා. ඒකේ තියෙන දුවිලි වල මේක ඕගොල්ලන්ට පේන ඇති.
මේවල ලියකියවිලි තියෙනවද මේ
We purchased these items in the form of old steel. There are no documents required when purchasing old steel or metal.
අපි ගන්නකොට ලියකියවිලි මොකුත් මේ වෙන්නේ
මේවා පිළිබඳව වැඩිදුර පරීක්ෂා කිරීමට
The Army and Air Force have provided their support to conduct further investigations into this matter. 2 managers employed at the factory, one named Mohammed Junaid Hazim Deen and the other named Mohammed Fawaz, have been arrested. They are currently detained at the Ja-Ela police station. We hope to hand them over to detectives for further inquiry. We can then reveal where the apprehended suspects were headed to.
විමර්ශන සඳහා විමර්ශන කණ්ඩායමක් වෙත බාර
Avantgarde ho වෙනත්
These are weapons that circulated through avant-garde or other means. Police investigations will reveal these. Do they have serial numbers? Don't they have them? Have the serial numbers been erased? Police will be able to prove all of this with clear evidence. This is why I asked, how can these weapons go out in such a situation? How is there a stock of weapons like this? T-56 rifles are the large pistols. The police must conduct a special investigation on how these weapons got here. Necessary steps should be taken in this regard.
With information coming out with regard to this stock of artillery that was found in the Ja-Ela area, I want to focus the attention of our viewers to several news reports that we've had within the past few years with regard to these information that are coming out now. Why I'm saying this is the fact that especially when incidents like the avant-garde case came about, when initial details were reported, we as Newsfirst on a daily basis, virtually almost every day, we took steps to keep the general public informed of it. And I remember, and I'm sure you too would remember, how we carried on that report. On the 5th of October 2015, we had the visuals that you see on one side of your screen. This was when the avant-garde incident was reported on all media. And we took steps to investigate these reports, carry out special investigative journalism segments on these reports, and report the facts to the general public. We remember how information like various weapons had been rubbed together. Therefore, the serial numbers of these weapons were also erased. Now, again, with that picture in your mind, I want to focus your attention to the stock of artillery shells that was found yesterday in the Ja-Ela area as well. Are these the negligence? Is this the negligence of the officials that is coming to light through all of the findings that we are seeing on a daily basis now? The reports that we've been airing for you about almost 4 years ago, coming out now in various forms. Is this what is happening? We also remember how Deputy Solicitor General requested the authorities back then to take action with regard to what was found at the avant-garde incident. We remember how various civil society organizations came forward and said that action should be taken with regard to what was found at the Avant-Garde floating armory. We remember how information came to light that several persons from overseas had come to Sri Lanka and received training using government facilities, using a special task force facility as well. We remember everything that was reported during the Avant-Garde incident, and there too one factor was very, very evident, and that was the negligence of the general the authorities with regard to whatever was being reported. Now we also want to focus the attention to another important point, and that is the Wilpattu Forest Reserve and the destruction, the deforestation that was happening surrounding it. Again, News First several years ago reported to you on how these things were happening. The date is 14th May 2015. Again, you are seeing visuals of the initial reports that we carried out with regard to the Wilpattu deforestation as well. We reported on the facts, we reported on what was happening, the extent of what was happening, and we very clearly reported that action should be taken on this instance as well. Again, negligence from the part of the people holding authority in our country. Example number 2. Example number 3. Now we go on to another side. We've been reporting on a daily basis with regard to the corruption that is happening in terms of our society with the drug menace that is operating in our country. We reported how various individuals are bringing in drugs to the country. We've reported on the stocks that have been arrested and seized by the authorities, and we did not stop there. We made sure that we launched a campaign under the title Think, and we made sure that the people are also informed of these the power that these drug lords have in terms of the society. Again, you are seeing visuals of the Think campaign that we launched several years ago, where members of our News First staff walked from village to village, house to house, informing the general public of the adversities of this drug menace. 3 examples, and all three examples highlight the fact that the authorities have been negligent. We remember things like the bond scam. We do not have to go on about the bond scam. From 2015 March, we've been reporting on it, and the general public watching us from home are aware as to the effects of the bond scam and the situation of our economy as a result of the bond scam as well. Negligence, 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 and more negligence has resulted in situations like this. That is the question we ask. Shouldn't the people who have been negligent with regard to whatever that has been being reported from the media be held accountable for what is happening in our country?